of stuff, but I can't believe Jimmy Eat World is quoting Madness. That is madness. Yeah, this is about music.
Hey, everybody out there in the internet world. Welcome back to another episode of the Audiophiles here on YouTube. I'm Andy, and that is John. And it is Viewer Request Friday here at the Audiophiles, which means only one thing. We are going to be taking a recommendation given to us by someone out there in the listening audience. And we're going to be going off and giving it a listen. We've done our usual detective work on the track and the recommendation. Turns out I'm very familiar with this one. John's becoming more and more familiar with this group, but has not heard this particular track. So John, you're going to be endeavoring to listen to, what will this be, your third listening of Jimmy Eat World, right?
Yes.
Yes. And the song that was offered up to us by I Just Need Myself is a praise chorus, and it came on our video from The Middle, which was another Jimmy Eat World track that we did on the channel. Came back in December. So I know she's alluded to this album a couple times, and we've done reactions and said that she really liked it when it came out, and and that this was a track that she really enjoyed and wanted to have us check out. So John, you're going to go off and give a praise chorus a listen. Come back and let I Just Need myself, and everybody out there in the listening audience what you thought of this tune.
Will do.
Are you gonna live your life wondering, standing in the back, looking around? Are you gonna waste your time thinking how you've grown up or how you missed out? The things are never gonna be the way you want. Where's it gonna get you acting serious? Gonna be quite what you want. Even at 25, you gotta start sometime.
Good start. Energetic, nice beat. The drummer's decent in this band, I do remember that. It's got that sort of enthusiastic guitar that's quite poppy, I think. I'm trying to listen to the words, I really am. From what I can make out for the first verse, it's kind of saying like things aren't the way you want them to be. What are you going to do about it? There's another. He mentioned at the age of 25, it's still, to me, sounds very youthful and more like a teenagey type song than a mid-20s song. But yeah, very good start. I like the drop down there. I'll just take it back a wee bit.
25, you gotta start sometime. I'm good to go. All I need is just to hear a song I know. I wanna always feel like part of this was mine. I wanna fall in love tonight.
had some thoughts listening to that. I don't know if that second verse sounded quite similar to the first, but it mentioned I was standing at the back, and then later on the drop down bit, which is kind of that was repeated, so that may be the chorus. But it's something about I'm on my feet and I'm good to go, and I just need us to hear a song I know or something. It just made me feel like a high school dance in a hall. Um, and I've got I've got the image from this in my head. Forgive me. Um, that if they ever remade The Breakfast Club, or please do forgive me, yeah, Footloose, then this would be on the soundtrack. It's got that sort of effervescent, youthful drive to it. There is optimism in there, even though he's whinging about stuff not being right and questioning himself. There's still this overall sort of optimism, which I do like, and there's a poppy nature to it as well. You can put all the distorted guitars on it you like, it's still really poppy. But yeah, this is it's kind of I'll say it's about music, perhaps. A minute. Did I hear that correctly? Our house in the middle of the street. Madness. Unbelievable. Don't let's start. They might be giants. He's quoting songs here, isn't he? This is about music. That's really funny. What was the other one he said? Something about why did we ever part? Jumpstart. Can't place it. Can't place it. It was kind of familiar. There's probably quoting other stuff, but I can't believe Jimmy Eat World is quoting Madness. That is madness. Yeah, this is about music. Kickstart my rock and roll heart. I'm on my feet, I'm on the floor, I'm good to go. So come on, David, sing me something that I know. I wanna always feel like part of this was mine. I wanna fall in love tonight. I wanna fall in love tonight. And we all. Yeah, it was interesting. Getting used to this band now. I think I would have dismissed this if I'd heard this when it came out. But decent guitars, lots of dynamics to it as well. Really decent drummer. I do like him. Nothing too flashy in this one, and the sort of vocals as well, with the group bits coming in and keep changing it. These are all tick, tick, tick for the songs I've heard so far from Jimmy Eat World. It was interesting. I was really, really concentrating on the vocals and the lyrics. Yeah, I think this is kind of like it is. I think it's about music. The way he's saying, I'm on my feet, I'm on the floor, and I just need a song. And it's like standing on the edge of the dance. Just like, oh yeah, I know this one. We're going to dance to it now. And I guess that equates with getting involved in life as well. You can sit there on the edges all the time and just get into the mosh pit. Yeah, interesting and really fun and optimistic as always. Okay. Andy's going to now tell me it's about the Cuban Missile Crisis or something. But to do that, we'll have to go back and talk to him.
You're back. So what did you make of a praise chorus?
So, few taps on the old metal work, and we're into the strong beat, and then that very familiar guitar powering on through. Now, I did in this instance, I don't know if it was subconscious or not, but I made a real effort to grab the lyrics, which is something which I don't often do. But the fact I think that the music content overall was, a custom territory helped. There wasn't anything particularly different to previous outings, particularly the middle. So there were a few lines that were like breadcrumbs that slowly drew me towards what I thought this song was about, and also a couple of recognized and some unrecognized Easter eggs that helped. So the first verse mentions standing at the back, looking around and wasting time and missing out. I like the sort of stutter opening to a couple of lines. Yeah. I got from this overall verse, basically, things aren't the way you want them to be. What are you going to do about it? That's where you can sum it up. He did mention the age of 25, but to my ears, this still sounds like more of a teenage-like sound than a song that someone in their mid-20s would sing. You'd be a lot more cynical by that point, I think. I know I was. I'm also reminded, just from the first verse, that I do like the drummer in this band. He brings this kind of like a riband of energy throughout the whole song without going overboard. He did some bits and pieces, but really nothing special. But I just like the energy he creates. Really, decent, controlled, So after the verse, we get this drop down to chugging guitar. And as this section's repeated a couple more times, I believe it's probably the chorus. And he says, I'm on my feet, I'm on the floor, I'm good to go. All I need is to hear a song I know. Sometimes I want to fall in love tonight. So the image in my head straight away is a high school dance. Big hall, wooden floor, some banners draped everywhere. And he's one of the blokes on the periphery, nodding, maybe even clicking his fingers, but not dancing. He's waiting for the right song. And I'm thinking that he's kind of equating this experience with music to life as well. So just as the first chorus actually hit, I had this thought in my head that this song, particularly when it goes to the chugging bit, if they ever remade The Breakfast Club or even Footloose, then this would be on the soundtrack.
Yes,
this song has got that.
It does.
The youthful effervescence to it, but it's a nice blend of optimism and whinging as well at the same time, but mostly optimism, to be fair. So, again, just really likes it, and the falling in love tonight may relate to a decent song, or it may actually just be engaging with life and whatever that episode, and not necessarily actually finding a person or a mate or to fall in love with, but just getting involved, as my friend would say. So while thinking about all this, I kind of missed the lyrics to the second verse, so we'll skip over that. We get to the drop down chorus again, and then we have this section where it's Crimson and Clover. I think he sings again and again. I've absolutely no idea what this reference is. Um, it's a little bit sort of bridgy, this bit, but so we skip over that. Then he starts to sing lines over this. So I think it's the other guys are singing Crimson and Clover. Um, now, a couple of lines really caught my ear, and I had to pull back and check because I couldn't quite believe it. But yes, the first, well, not first, but within it sings like three lines, and then the next line is "Our house in the middle of the street," which for anyone in Britain, particularly around my age, would know is a line from Our House by Madness. It just stood out like a burnt match in the matchbox. It really did. And just as I'm reading from this, because I can't believe that Jimmy Eat World are referencing Madness. Um, and a couple of lines later, we get "Don't let's start," which is "They Might Be Giants." Now, just as an aside, when I was a student, we moved into this house because the house had really got repossessed because the landlady wasn't paying her mortgage, and we had to emergency move to this other place. And the people behind, I think, had been kicked out, and they'd left a load of stuff. And in the corner, there was a stack of VHS cassettes. But they were weird ones because they were promos put together of music bands, which for me was fantastic. But there was a huge pile of They Might Be Giant promos. So like, Birdhouse in Our Soul was like playing forever and all this sort of stuff. And this is really sort of early days of music promos being, and these videos were like 20 minutes or 10 minutes long. They're really odd. But so yeah, quite familiar with early They Might Be Giants because of that. So that's why that stuck out as well. So it realized to me he's quoting song lines because there was another couple. Why did we have a part? Sounds familiar. I mean, it's kind of a general line, but it does sound familiar. And Kickstart My Rock and Roll Heart was another one, which kind of, I couldn't tell you, but it did sound kind of familiar. Like I heard it before, I may not have done, but so yes, I said before, I think this is about music, and I believe from those it is about music. He also then mentions someone called Davy, who is another reference. I don't know who that is. I doubt it's Mr. Jones from the Monkees. Could be. But then we get this refrain again, I want to fall in love tonight, which then fades out to the end. So for the song itself, musically, it's obviously not the same tune or melody, but they use the same methodology that they had before. Really decent guitars, and for all that sort of fuzz and effects, it's very poppy, I think. And I also really like the harmonies they've done before and all the dynamics. They do this light and shade in the song, which is all good. I do think that if I'd heard this at the time, I would have dismissed this song as being kind of kegger rock and lightweight and not even thinking about it. But I really did enjoy this. In fact, it fits in well with the other tracks, and I would actually say I'd probably like this one the most.
Oh wow! Okay.
Maybe because of the Easter eggs in it.
Yeah,
but it's just,
yeah.
So it was a lot of fun, and I'm now ready for the mosh pit.
It will be such a peaceful mosh pit when you're moshing to Jimmy Eat World. So quick recap of the band. I don't want to get too mired into this stuff because as we've alluded to, we've done a couple of these videos now, but they are from Mesa, Arizona, formed in 1993 and composed of lead vocalist, lead guitarist Jim Atkins, rhythm guitarist and backing vocalist Tom Linton, bassist Rick Birch, and drummer Zach Lind. They've released 10 studio albums, the last 9 featuring this current lineup. This is now the third track we've covered from the band and the third song from their album Bleed American to feature on this channel. This album was certified platinum and yielded 4 hit singles. I had Greg listen to Bleed American, the title track from this, on Into the Music, and the other 3 have now featured here. Bleed American, the album, was released Bleed American, pardon me, the song off the album was released on June 5th, 2001, as the album's lead single, coinciding with Jimmy Eat World's tour of Australia and Japan. After appearing on the East Coast dates of the Warped Tour, the band supported Weezer, and they released The Middle in support of sort of that tour. The band went on to headlining the European tour in early 2002. Followed by another Japanese tour, leading to a 2-month support slot for Green Day on their Pop Disaster tour. Sweetness was released as the third single on June 3rd, 2002. The band supported Incubus in Australia, and this was released to bolster that tour. And a praise chorus was released as a promotional single during mid-2002. Each single from Bleed American entered the top 20 of at least one U.S. chart. As of September 2016, the album has sold more than 1.6 million copies. I'm sure that's probably higher now at this point. Bleed American was well received by critics and appeared on several publications' Best of the Year lists by CMJ New Music Report and Q, as well as all-time lists by publications such as Consequence of Sound, NME, and Spin. DreamWorks Records A&R member Luke Wood monitored the band's potential from when they became free agents and offered to help them. So this was right before this album. They had sort of been cut from their... Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, forgive me if I'm wrong here, but I remember you saying that basically they were cut from their label, and it was
Yes.
them backing themselves, basically. I don't know if they self-released this or whatever, but they backed
Yes.
themselves or paid the money up front to produce and create this record. And
Exactly.
then obviously they benefit from their belief in themselves.
Yes. Yeah, it's a great story. It really is, especially when you think, man, 4 top singles that came off this thing is pretty incredible. So yeah, Luke Wood monitored them and offered them help, and he had previously been in the band Sammy, who had opened up for Jimmy Eat World during the earlier 90s, and was adamant about signing them after hearing this song, A Praise Chorus. He was like, all right, yeah, we got to get them on DreamWorks, which came to fruition. So I'm going to jump into the lyrics and then get into all that Easter egg funness that we just discussed earlier that you picked up on quite well. Are you going to live your life wondering, standing in the back, looking around? Are you going to waste your time thinking how you've grown up or how you've missed out? The things are never going to be quite the way you want. Where is it going to get you acting serious? The things are never going to be quite what you want. Even at 25, you've got to start sometime. I'm on my feet. I'm on the floor. I'm good to go. Now all I need is to hear a song I know. I want to always feel like part of this was mine. I want to fall in love tonight. Are you going to live your life standing in the back looking around? Are you going to waste your time? Are you going to make a move, or are you going to miss out? So someone's going to ask you what it's all about. So stick around. Nostalgia won't let you down. Someone's going to ask you what it's all about. Well, what you're going to have to say for yourself. I'm on my feet. I'm on the floor. I'm good to go. Now all I need is to hear a song that I know. I want to always feel like part of this was mine. I want to fall in love tonight. And then here's the bridge. Crimson and clover over and over. Crimson and clover over and over. Crimson, our house in the middle of the street. And clover, why did we ever meet? Over, started my rock and roll fantasy. And over. Crimson, don't let's start. And clover, why did we ever part? Over, kickstart my rock and rollin' heart. And over. I'm on my feet. I'm on the floor. I'm good to go. So come on, Davey, sing me something that I know. I want to always feel like part of this was mine. I want to fall in love tonight, here tonight. I want to fall in love tonight, here tonight. I want to always feel like part of this was mine. I want to fall in love tonight. I want to fall in love tonight. I want to fall in love tonight. So the song is all about the feeling you have while listening to a track that always makes one sing and dance no matter however many times they've heard it. When talking of a praise chorus, Jimmy Eat World frontman Jim Adkins says, it's all about the unquantifiable release when rock music is doing what it should. After the second stanza, references to 7 songs become the praise chorus of the title. The first line is sung continuously in the background before the other 6 are sung over it. Tommy James and the Shondells, Crimson and Clover, which is one of the tracks, Madness, Our House, which you picked up on, The Promise Ring, Why Did We Ever Meet, Bad Company, Rock and Roll Fantasy, They Might Be Giants, Don't Let's Start, The Promise Ring, All of My Everythings, and Motley Crue, Kickstart My Heart. So quite a motley crew of songs there. So yeah, following the recording of the song's demo, which contains none of these songs' references, the band felt that it needed some additional work in the chorus section. They sent the recording to the Promise Ring's Davey Von Bolen, a friend of the band, and asked him to fill in the space for Jim's delivery of "Come on, Davy, sing me something that I know." This was the final product. So in a way, the tune is basically a love song to the bands and artists who've inspired Jimmy Eat World, but the song also serves as a public service announcement of sorts to people who go to concerts, and as a metaphor for life, don't be a wallflower in the back, jump into the thick of the crowd, and really enjoy the moment in front of you, which I think is a wholesome, you're right. I mean, it could totally be in one of these coming of age movies that were very much popularized during the 80s. And sure, maybe there is a little cheese to that, but it's still fun. And I don't know, there's this infectious quality to the tracks on this album that I find. And I'm glad that I Just Need Myself offered this one up, because I was going to eventually. It was like sort of the four horsemen of this album that I wanted to bring to the table. So thank you for giving a listen. I Just Need Myself. Thank you for offering this up. So
I still can't believe they picked fucking Madness. They're so weird.
yeah,
Because I don't think Madness did not translate to America at all. Now, in this country, there was a period, but like 79, 79, because their first iteration was on two-tone. But they were a powerhouse single, I think on albums as well, but they had like hit after hit after hit after hit, like loads of top 10 singles. I mean, immense number, huge amounts. They were everywhere all the time for a good sort of 6 years at least, probably more actually.
well,
And I bet
apparently they made it to Mesa, Arizona, because these guys
wow,
get down.
that's really, really surprising.
Yeah.
They did a version of Our House on the British alternative comedic series, The Young Ones. So they may have seen that. There's quite a sort of funny version of that, because that's a real cult series as well.
Yeah.
Rick Mail, Aid Emerson, etc. Yeah, Alexis Hale, Jesus. Yeah, I still just can't be. I'm just amazed that they had even heard of them.
And liked it so much that they,
Yeah.
shoehorned it into their references here, this list of songs. But yeah, that's funny stuff, interesting stuff. I love a song with a good Easter egg or two in them. So yeah, thanks for giving a listen, man. I Just See Myself. Thanks for
My
offering it up
pleasure.
again. Everybody out there in the listening audience, let us know what you thought of A Praise Chorus by Jimmy Eat World. If you caught the Easter eggs or didn't, let us know. Also, if you have any tracks you'd like us to check out on a future Friday, please drop it down in the comments field. John and I are collating all of our information, and we're going to try to knock each one of these out as the Fridays move forward. So thank you so much. Like, share, and subscribe if you be so inclined. Trying to grow the channel and cannot do that without you. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. And hopefully John and I will see all y'all in growing numbers on the next installment of the Audiophiles. See you later, guys.